Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Flashback Thursday on the 4th of July. It's the 4th of July, but I'm still here doing the show. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be giving you our first episodes that we recorded of the Clint Initiative podcast. Our first 8 episodes were recorded in 2023. But the only place where you can see them right now is our Patreon. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to go ahead and give you an extended or expanded origin story of how the Clint Initiative podcast came to be. Now, I met Clint, and he was the impetus for making the show happen. I belong to a lot of pages on Facebook for auditions. And when I moved to Minnesota, there's one for the Twin Cities, and that's where I met Clint. And one day he needed assistance with his audition. So he wanted somebody to run lines with him. So I volunteered to do that, and we ran lines. And in addition to that, when I first got to Minnesota, I would drive and do DoorDash. And as a part of my driving and doing DoorDash, I happened to hear about J.D. Still and the Mill City Singers, which is a professional choir. But they're a professional choir where you don't have to audition to be a member of the choir. You just show up. And after I thought about it for a while, I talked to Clint about it. And Clint introduced me to our other co-host, Jamel. And with Clint and Jamel, the Clint Initiative podcast was born. Our first podcast was recorded July 20th of 2023. And from that podcast, the show was born. And what I'm going to do is, this is going to be another edition of the Clint Initiative Podcast Reacts, in addition to me playing for you excerpts from those first 2 episodes of the show. So as I was saying, we went into the studio on the 20th of July, and I knew I had my hands full when this is sort of how everything started. Front of your mouth.
That's what she said.
Yeah, that is what she. You know what? I was thinking the same thing. That is what she said.
Who is she? Who talking? Who's she? Who's saying
We
she?
don't know. We're gonna find out who she is.
Let your imagination run free.
Don't let
my
this
brother.
pretty face fool you. I'm not no she.
Let your imagination run free, my brother.
Oh. I'm seeing blurry.
Okay.
Up close and personal. Thank you.
Okay. So once he brings you your coffee, then we'll get started.
Who the hell is she?
It's the same she. It's everything.
This place haunted up.
Okay, so
We're
the music.
manifesting she.
I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. I don't want no ghost spirit following me. All here with this she. I'm not seeing nobody
Oh,
here.
no, you're
It
safe.
definitely cannot be me who all you calling she.
You're safe on that part. We're just
Keep all this she to all this she.
The manifesting she.
Right,
And it's-
because we're until we get it in the room, we're talking about that feminine energy we want to add.
Right.
Okay. Oh.
So right now, while we're
You
BSing,
get it now.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, so we just
Your coffee
manifested
wake you
her.
up?
Again.
Drink another sip.
okay, so that was my first clue that I had to write to co-hosts. It was my first clue that they were going to be a handful. And then we did our